Hi friends, thank you all so much for coming back to craft with me, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Alyssa, and today I'm going to be turning this junk mail envelope into one of these cute little journals. I had filmed a YouTube short just quickly flipping through this journal here a while back. And one of my lovely friends on here, June, had asked for a tutorial on it. So here it is finally. Thank you so much for having patience with me. I did not forget about you. Life just gets so busy and crazy sometimes, especially with a 1.5-year-old. So I'm finally here with a little tutorial on how I made this. So if you missed that YouTube short, I will do another quick flip through of this one. I just absolutely loved this very large window from the envelope. So when I saw the envelope, I knew I was going to turn it into a journal. And I just love how you can see the first page through the window. So this is what it looks like. And these are coloring book pages. A lot of you had asked me in my tag pocket video where I got them from, or like what coloring book I got them from. So this is what it looks like here. And I just loved the images in here. I picked it up at Savers for a couple of bucks, like $1.99. And I just really loved all of the images inside, and I knew that you guys would too. So if you're curious, this is the coloring book that I am using. I have some ledger paper with a little butterfly tag, some little receipt pages paper clipped inside here, little belly band with a floating pocket, some writing space. I love this little flower cutout. Here's another coloring book page, musical sheet with some scraps, a journaling card over here, little space to journal, some pockets, and this one, it says, "Give me thine heart." I love that. Some more writing space, another little journaling card that says, "Thinking of you," some sales order sheets. I think this is tea-dyed paper. A little sticker here that just doubles as a tuck-in spot. Little cluster collage down there. Guest check underneath the belly band. Cute little journaling card to write on. Got a flower cut out there. Here is the other part of that coloring book page. I have a pocket here and here. And here's that coloring book page again. And just a nice big pocket in the back with some writing paper. So I absolutely love these tall slimline journals, and this little envelope was perfect to create one of those. So let's go ahead and make one of these together. I think they would be such a cute little Mother's Day gift too, because they're fairly simple to put together and quick. It's just one signature, it's not too thick, and yeah, in terms of journal making at least, this one's pretty quick and easy, in my opinion. So go grab a junk mail envelope and we can make one of these together. So here's the one I'm using. It's the same exact one that I used for that journal. And I opened it this way. So this is how you want it to be. And we're just gonna cut along here and here. All right, and so we can open it up like a little journal. And once again, I don't really know what kind of theme I'm gonna go with, but I do want to use more coloring book pages in my signature. So I have 3 here from that same coloring book, and I'm just gonna fold these all in half. So I guess I'll just start like with my signature first and go from there. And by the way, this envelope here measures a little more than 4 inches across, so probably like 4 1/8 by almost 9 1/2. So I want my papers to be, I think I did like 3 1/2 across for my pages, and then anything like around 9 inches long. So they'll fit nicely right inside. And I think I actually want this to be my first page. We'll see. So let me just keep folding these in half. Yeah, this will probably be my first page, so we'll start with that. I'll typically just go into my stash and see if I have any larger scrapbook paper scraps, or I use my coffee dyed or tea dyed papers and things like that to use in my signatures. So let me just go grab a few more pages. All right, so I've picked out some other papers. They don't really go together, but it's just what I had in my stash, so I'm just gonna use them. And so since this is gonna be my first page, I'm just gonna build my signature up here how I want it to go. So I've got some tea dyed paper, just some scrapbook paper. I'll put a coloring book page, a musical sheet, my other little scrapbook paper, writing paper, coloring page, scrapbook paper, and then my ledger sheet will go in the middle. So that's all I'm gonna include in my signature. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I only used 10 full sheets. So before I even bind my signature in, I do want to just cover up my whole envelope first. So I'm just gonna put my signature aside, and I'm gonna just cover up my envelope. I think I'm gonna use this paper as my cover. It's just from my scrap pile. So there we go. And then I'm just gonna turn this to the inside and make my little marks on my paper of where I need to cut so that I have my rectangular window showing through. So I'm just gonna take this to my paper trimmer and cut that out. right, so there's my cover. And then on the inside, I want to do the same exact thing. I'm really due for a new blade on my paper trimmer. Is this the correct way? Yes. All right, so those are covered up. I probably would suggest to cut out like this page and this page at the same time so that you have the exact same shape, because see how there's some of the other paper poking through the window there? So that's okay. What I'm gonna do is just line this window here with some trim or some of my other little paper scrap strips. So that will be perfectly fine. So there we have our cover. There's the inside. Does it match? Not really, but I'm just using what I have in my stash, so I can get rid of some of those scraps that I have. So now I'm just gonna cover up the back here and then this part as well. This one will fit perfectly over here, and then maybe I'll just add a pocket to cover this part up. So let me just glue this down. This here was another little scrap from my stash that just happened to fit perfectly here. I love when that happens. Okay. And then this one is a little bit smaller than the envelope, which is fine. I'm still gonna use it. I guess I should have measured this first. All right, it's a little bit too wide, so let me just trim off the excess here. So now that my whole envelope is covered, I'm going to sew in my signature. I'll bring that back, and I just want to make sure that everything is in a good placement. So I'll just put all my pages where I want them to go. And then I will grab a paper clip or a binder clip. I'm going to use this giant paper clip here and just paper clip my signature together. Then I'm going to take my needles, my awl, and some binding thread. And I'm just going to sew these in with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, I think it's called. So when I measure out my string, I just make sure that I have at least 3 times the height of my journal. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I will pick my favorite needle and just get this started. I know I haven't poked my holes yet, but I like to just have my string first. I don't know why. So that's all set. And then we're gonna take our signature here and just slide that right in. Place it where you want it to go in your journal. Make sure that everything is good. And you can also paper clip your signature to the journal itself, but since this is just one signature, I just really eyeball it. And then I take my awl and then I just poke 3 holes, 1, 2, 3 down the middle here. And for that, I just eyeball it as well. So let's see. I'll start with the middle hole, poke it through, then I'll go up to the top hole, kind of just eyeball that, and then I'll just make my 3rd hole at the bottom, trying to go about the same distance from the middle. So now I have my 3 holes here. And then we've got our needle and thread ready. So you'll start in the middle and just send your needle and thread through both the signature and the journal and pull it through. Leave some thread hanging out like this, and we'll go in through the back top hole. So send my needle through there. I'm just gonna bring it all the way through the journal and then go through my signature. Sometimes that's easier for me. Pull that through. Then I'm gonna go down to my bottom hole and send that through. And then just go back in through the middle hole here. Oh, it's going through. Oh, that was perfectly easy. So sometimes it gives me a really hard time. So pull this through the middle now. And now we can tie this off. So I just like to make sure that I have 1 string on the left and 1 string on the right. Then I like to just check the center, the outside, and make sure that they are all nice and tight. And then I'll just tie this off. And I'll just do a double knot. Then we can remove our huge paper clips. And that's pretty much it for the journal. There we have it. super cute and easy little slimline journal, and it's made from a junk mail envelope and just whatever you have in your stash. And I can come back and show you the full and final flip through of this once I'm done decorating more and adding more goodies into my signature here. So stay tuned, I'll be back in 1 second. So here's the finished result. I just added some stickers here and here to the corners, and then I added some little pom-pom trim at the top and the bottom there. And there's my inside cover. I wasn't too sure about this whole color scheme. In fact, it's kind of looking like Halloweenish with the orange and the black, but I actually like how it came out. I added some other little stickers as well. Put a little Daydreamer banner over here, and then there's just a little spot here to write another little note or just some other little sentiment. Over here on my first page, I've just paper clipped a little list of contents. You guys have seen these before if you watched my previous videos. I love using them at the beginning of journals. And the little ticket is paper clipped on the back, and just a little piece of ephemera there. Got my tea-dyed writing paper. This was just extra little scraps from the papers I've been using, and I just turned it into a little notepad flippy thing. And I put a little sticker in the corner there. Did a little cluster collaging down here. Same thing on this musical sheet. I have a sweet as honey journaling card over here. And just some scraps paper clipped to this side. My writing paper. Coloring book pages. A guest check that I've just washi taped onto this side. Some receipts are on the back. And there's my ledger paper. I've got 2 pockets over here made from the leftover musical sheet. So I just stuck some little journaling cards inside. This is just another leftover scrap. I've foam taped this journaling card onto this page. This is just a pocket with a little washi sticker and another little scrap attached to that. And then I like these for bookmarks or for journaling. I think they're really cute with the flowers at the top. So tons of different uses for these guys. And just coming on up to the end here, I've paper clipped some other scrap papers here and a journaling card on the other side. And there we have it. And then my back pocket, I just have a journaling card that says grateful, thankful, blessed. And that's it for my little journal here. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration. And I'll talk to you all in my next video. Unless you leave me a comment down below, then I'll talk to you sooner than that. So don't forget to leave me a comment as well. Happy crafting, everybody.